Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Nama with the TC Camp. Great Millstone back for another video. But first and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakahakwadash. And of course, double honors go out once again to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to also send out salutations to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways. Alright. Pushing the truth across four corners of the earth, not to mention many videos that go out on various social media platforms doing the same thing. Alright, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect, because now more than ever we know that Amos 8, 11, and 12 is about to hit, and that's that famine of the word. So get it while you can. Alright, get this. That's Isaiah 33 and 6. This knowledge will serve as your stability in the times to come. But anyway, I've been doing a few videos lately about this situation down in Texas with this young Jake named Karmelo Anthony. Well, they really big mad now because he got out on bail. However, they did charge him, as I'm told, with first degree murder. So they reduced his bail from $1 million down to $250,000. So now they big mad at the judge. Well, you'll see. Let's go ahead and roll this video. But once again, before I do, just remember we're dealing with the hypocrite supreme. All right, and we're gonna get into that. Oops. Forgive me, Salakia. Let me get this out of the way. This is the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, which I'm doing, news reporting, which I'm also doing, teaching, also, scholarship and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Alright, because I'm not profiting off of this in no way, nor do I intend to. Alright, here we go. That's Texas now. Don't be so sure. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go from there to the other one I have here. This is Phil Scott. Alright, down in Houston. He's down in Texas. And you'll see here it says them folks are upset, and you know he just the video we just left, you know, and he was actually right so far. All right, here we go. Look at that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, hold on. Let me switch to YouTube. Oh, whatever. What? Ramaswamy? Who, it's like they got him. Here it is. This motherfucker here. Talking all that shit about Jake. Elamite. East Indian piece of shit. Alright. Yeah, one of them. He donated. Look at that. Ain't this some shit? Let's get a scripture real quick. And we go into Psalms. 94 and 20. This is how they do it. Alright. Psalms 94 and 20. It says, Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Frameth? What does it say here? What does it say? Psalms 58 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And we're going to go from there. We'll come back to this. But real quick, let's go to Zechariah 11 and 5. And it says, Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Alright? And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Most High, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. Not only are they doing these things, but they're getting much money off of them, because with this young man here who has no priors, alright, they just proved also that there was a history between the two parties. Like I say, they were bullies. Alright? You know, and you got to question too the household that they came from, because they're always questioning, well, you know, the black kid always comes from a broken home, blah 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 blah. And for that, let's go to another video. This is Introvert Rockstar. I like his videos. He's really up on especially Jake, a lot of Jake truck drivers, and Jake in general. They go to these sundown towns and they never come back. So he is one of the sites, this one and Taylor House Publishing, that I you know, go to keep track of that, what's going on there. Here we go. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, because he's being tried in the court of public opinion. All right. So I'm curious to see if his lawyers, I mean, it's Texas, is really not going to matter, but push for a change of venue. Uh, if it gets to that point, just curious. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 What do we always say? They're the biggest hypocrites. Let's look up that. Let's see. All right. A hypocrite is a person who pretends to have virtues, moral or religious beliefs, principles, etc., that they do not actually possess. This is the nation of Edom in general, the so called white man. They claim or pretend to have certain beliefs about what is right, but behave in a way that disagrees with those beliefs. You're white Christians. Mm-hmm. Hypocrisy is a feigning to be what one is not or to believe what one does not. A hypocrite is someone who practices hypocrisy, who pretends to hold beliefs, or whose actions are not consistent with their claimed belief. There you go. All right. Let's see. All right. Oh, come on. I accept whatever. Let's see. All right. Related words: bigot, charlatan, crook, imposter, phony, trickster. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. You could put also what all these have in common. A charlatan, an imposter, a phony, an actor. Did he not just say he's acting? He can cry on cue? Yeah, that's what these people are. What's the saying? A white woman's tears equal 15 years? Always to Jake? Yeah, they're expert at that shit. Alright, let's go back to the video. Yeah, I've never seen that. Alright, I put up with that. Let's go back to Phil. Mm-hmm. Yes, because it's still suffering the effects of this shit to this day. So all this, you need to forget about it. And no, hell no, we can't because we're still in the same fucking system. You know, won't you tell those fake JOOs that? Let's go to another one. Let's see. All right. I thought it was gonna pop up. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Uh, Damn it! Forgot the name of the damn site. I was just looking at it. Hold on. Here it is. See, they play these games. That's what he was talking about, the media, right? Listen to this. And that's how, and that's how they try to present him, if that were the case. All right, look at, he's not funny. I'm just, hey, you gotta laugh sometime. Oh. And the thing is, who orchestrated all of that? That's right, you guessed it, them folks. Now notice this. He told his classmates. All right. This is important because it goes to what? Premeditation. All right. It says he also told a classmate he was in contact with someone in Russia who was part of a plot to kill Trump and overthrow the U.S. government. Now, you may attribute that to someone's just, you know. But but the thing is, he told people his plans. Yeah, because also with that, Salaki, I mean, my last comment, what also goes into that, like he telling people what he's going to do. Anytime you threaten the life of a president, all right, the Secret Service is supposed to get involved. You're not supposed to take any of that lightly, all right. So it's supposed to be some kind of investigation, no matter how small. Hmm. And again, spoke to this briefly at camp over the weekend. Uh, this is the norm here in America, especially when it comes to Jake. Uh, rousing them up, and of course, who are they going to come after? Naturally, the people, because they are cowards after all. The people that can't really protect themselves, and that's Jake. And for you people that don't believe in Jeremiah 34 and 7, let's get it real quick. Boy, are you going to be in for a big surprise. Let's get it here. Oh, man. All right, what does it say? It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. This matches up with Daniel 12 and 1, right? It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, so Jake doesn't have the resources any of these other nations have here. We're just talking about America. All right, you have also the situation where a lot of these immigrants, they have what do you call it? Dual citizenship. All right, and even if they don't, they still have a country that they came from that they can go back if need be. All right, we don't. Think about that. All these other people are being, for whatever reason that it is, you're having deported. The rumor is that Trump is um, the president of El Salvador said he's not going to send this guy back that they America sent to him by mistake down there in that prison. All right, could this be a thing where even though he was ordered, talking about Trump, ordered by the court to bring him back? So who knows what kind of deal Trump made with this guy for him to say that, if that was the case. All right, because you would think it's just a matter, okay, well, this guy was not who you said he was, no problem. It's just one. But he's saying no. Once you're there, you're there. All right. So it's some fucked up shit. Maybe this is a test run to see how much he can get away with, and then will he actually be deporting also American citizens? That's something else to take into account. All right. I mean, this shit is getting ready to. And they're talking about martial law, the 20th of this month, possibly being declared. Hey, like I said at camp, enjoy the days that you have, because this is going to be real interesting, to say the least, the days, weeks, and months to come. All right, because these people ain't playing here, and what they're trying to do here also is enact this shit, this anti-Sem shit, and get it to where here in America, like it is over in Europe, where you can't say anything about them. It's either heavy fine or jail or both. And that goes into that Noah Hyde law being enacted. This is all them folks, the JOOs, and these stupid ass so-called white Christians, all right, being used by the JOOs, and they still don't get it. And that noose is being tightened. And again, if what the fuck is what happened over there in Europe have to do with I mean, they have a pact, all right, a pact that's so strong, and stupid as Americans, once again, they kept believing in Russiagate and all that, when the country that has the most influence is Israel. And you're like, what the fuck? That's why getting this knowledge while you can, I mentioned earlier on at the onset of the video, Isaiah 33 and 6. Let's get it real quick, because this is very, very important. All right, because trust you me, hold on. it will pay off. This is Isaiah 33 and 6. Alright. And notice here 1 through 12 it says the Most High's judgments against the enemies of the church, right? It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. That's also important. The fear of the Most High is his treasure, which the church, especially the so-called black church, does not teach you. They don't teach you to fear the Most High. All right. They're teaching you to go along to get along with this system. All right. Let's see. Look at it says here, Psalm 112 and 1. It says, praise ye the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, by the way. Blessed is the man that feareth the Most High, that delighteth greatly in his commandments. And that's the whole thing. With repentance, coming back under the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Alright? That's the whole point why we're out here. Ezekiel 3rd chapter, right? Let's get this real quick. What we're doing, this is what we were commanded to do. It says what? Ezekiel eateth the roll. The Most High encourages him. The Most High sheweth him the rule of prophecy. This is what you're supposed to be engaged in. Alright, studying this word. It has to do with, it's Revelation 19:11 and Sirach 39 and 1. Alright. In fact, let me get that real quick. But here is about eating the roll. Alright, I'm going to skip on down here. It says, Son of man, verse 4, get thee into the house of Israel. Did it say everybody else in the whole wide world that is not Israel? No. And speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech or of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. How many times does it have to say this throughout the scriptures? Not too many people, and you wonder why we're in the predicament that we're in. That's why I'm reading this now. Not too many people of strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. And that's the fucked up part about this, is because everyone else wants to cling to what's not theirs, and it's this. They'll listen. Alright, because they with all the lies and everything that's been told, and so much has been done to denigrate Jake, and we're in such a lower state, they can't believe that we are those people. Alright, but as it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5th chapter, are they going to be surprised? Let's skip down to let's see 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Again, Israel only. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. That's why we're out there on the highways and byways. That's why we're out here making these videos. Alright, you have to keep continually watching what's going on. And now, cases such as what I'm making this video about, they really are showing their hatred towards Jake. Here it is, he proved the hypocrisy with just Daniel Penny, but there are others. Think about it. Rittenhouse, a whole host of others. The other guy, the church in South Carolina, what's that motherfucker's name? They took the Burger King. Alright. I mean, come on now. Alright, anyway, let me finish this. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. When those wicked we're talking about are Jake. We're talking about Israelites, not anybody else. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require thine hand. That's motivation enough, isn't it? Yet, verse 19, if thou warn the wicked, which we are doing, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from this wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou shalt deliver thy soul. In effect, now we wash, the blood from our hands. That's as simple as that. That's all I'm going to play of this. You can watch it. I'll put the links. But the points have been made. More and more reason why we got to get the hell up out of this place. This place is we're entering very dangerous times here, and a lot of Jake are just still in that mode where they're just seeking uh, pleasing the flesh and thinking that America is going to rebound somehow, and it's going to be all right. And then, the churches are telling them that too. All right, why? Because they don't have the Holy Spirit on them to begin with. They're just agents of this wicked ass system that we're under. All right, that's all they are, agents. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it here. Hey, until the next video. Hey, shalom, shalom.